In this tutorial I will show you how to create input dialogs. So input dialog is like a window that pops up and asks you a question. First thing you'll need to do is to import the widgets. So I'm going to add this line. We already have this one, and we also have this one. There we go. We import input dialog and the line edit. And let's first ask an integer. So add these lines of code, get integer, and use QInput dialog widget with this method, get integer. And we have the window title and an amount. Let's use ask age. The default age, so let's put it to 18 minimum, and the maximum. Maybe it's a little bit high, but you know, there could be people who, maybe there's people who get 130. And like the step size, so every time you press up or down, how much should it increase? So if we call this function from here, get integer, or let's call it get age, because we're asking get age. You run this code, and it's part of the class, so self, run this code, and there we go. We have our input dialog with like the minimum. We can't get lower, and you can get higher. So this actually returns nothing, and you want to return that value. It's called age, and you can also verify that OK is pressed. So maybe somebody presses cancel. Let's ignore that for now. So that's how you store the value returned from the function getAge, and you can output that to the screen or whatever you want to do with it. So press OK. Notice we have the output on the screen, and the program continues. So that's how you get an integer using the QInput of getInt function, where we have the parameters there. You can also get a double. There's like a number that's between a number that is not a whole number. Could be a whole number, but you could also have 10.5, 12.3, and so on. So to do so, instead of calling getInt, you just call get double. So simply call get double instead, and these are again parameters like your default, minimum, maximum, and step size. Or maybe you don't want to have a step size of 10. So if you call get double, in this case, just change that. You call get double, and you can ask return like a value with a comma. So maybe 10.8, and press OK, and notice that value is returned. And finally, you can also have a dialog that has options. So instead of getInt or get double, we have getItem, and we feed that with an array. So we'll have this code, and let me just indent that for you, where we have a tuple with options that we give to the list, and we're using getItem here in the input dialog. So this will print the item if OK is pressed. Alternatively, you can also return the item, or depending on what you want to do with it. So we'll need to call that function, and if we call it, you can select one of the options from the tuple that's defined here. So if we select blue, press OK, it'll tell us OK is not defined. OK pressed. Select blue, press OK, and notice that blue is printed here.